Well, we got 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 3 questions under 15 minutes or less, or 3 questions or less. I did have a question that was submitted. I don't know if you wanted to go with that or there was someone that something that came top of mind. But before I do that, I always gotta ask, where did your wife or yourself find me on first, so I know that the connection point?
I found you. It was actually with Fearless Cow.
Nice.
Yes, and I seen it's one of the things that attracted me was that he's very. I track a lot of people in the STR rental space that teach. So I've been doing this for 3 years, and he hosts people like yourself to come on. So I said he's not all about himself; he's about helping others. So
Oh,
that's why
thank
I
you.
follow him very deeply, and your midterm rental really fits what I'm needing to do here because short-term rentals is okay,
Mhm.
but that midterm rental, I have 14 properties in my portfolio, and so I'm really trying to get to the midterm rentals.
Awesome, awesome. So I see the question you had in here was, out of the 14 homes currently in our portfolio, how many would you recommend we do short-term rental versus mid-term rentals? Is that the question?
Yes.
All right. Tell me about the unit mix of those, where you're located, so I have a little bit of context.
Okay, so I'm in Charleston, West Virginia.
Okay, excellent. And are the properties all located there?
Yes. So I
Awesome.
have there we have some other cities that we're located within the area. So there the I've got 7 in downtown Charleston. I've got 4 in Nitro, which is about 15 minutes, 20 minutes away, and
Mhm.
I have 2 in Cross Lanes, the same area but in a different city. And then Polka just got that one as a management deal.
Awesome. What's their, how many bedrooms do most of those have on average, or maybe you can, yeah.
Average is 2, and I have 2 that are 3.
Okay.
So I have a couple of 1 bedrooms. Let me see, 3 1 bedrooms, and the rest are 2 bedrooms, and then the other ones are 2 or 3 bedrooms.
Yeah, so I would definitely focus on the ones that are larger. There's no hard rule, but the 3 bedrooms obviously allows you to have a larger family into the home, and it gives you the most chance. So if you were to say, hey, Ruben, out of the 14, which ones should I put on test pilot or test drive or experiment with, as I call it, I would definitely always go for the big ones, because the bigger ones, and when you start solving larger problems, when you start focusing on the midterm rentals for the 1-1s, you start getting 1-1 rates, very similar to what you would find on like Furnished Finder, Traveler Nurses, etc., at a discount. When you start working in a 3 bedroom home, then plus our sweet spot personally is 4 bedroom plus, because we've seen that typically it might be a family of 5 with 2 pets, or a family of 4, and therefore you can solve a larger problem. So that would be the best rule of thumb, is always go larger whenever in doubt. Keep in mind that if you do have maybe like a fenced in backyard in one of those properties, that's always going to be a plus, because the alternative is usually when something happens to the family immediately, the immediate reaction for the insurance companies to move them in a hotel. But keeping in mind that, if the hotel's lifestyle is not going to fit the needs of that person for, again, it's good to be in a hotel for a week or so, but when it starts to get into a month, if you don't have that backyard that you're used to for your pet to run around, or maybe there's a family now that, you have 2 different suites that are not connected, it starts to kind of break that flow of what they're used to. So that's why I would always go to larger. You're also not competing with a hotel, because if it's a 1 bedroom, you put me in a hotel, I'll take the hotel any day, right? But if it's like a larger home, there's probably a lot of nuances, like living room, bedroom, etc. Living room, sorry, dining room, etc., backyard, that amenities that they're used to receiving. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So I would do that. I would focus on those.
Just get my phone stand here. So
Mhm.
either way. All right.
Yeah. Other questions that you had?
Well, I'm curious because
Mhm.
you have a portfolio of or a list of vendors
Mhm.
as far as insurance. Now, I'm connected with one lodging company, and they shoot me long or midterm rentals.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
so I lucked out on that. I got them through Airbnb.
What's the
It was
company? Is it local?
it's no, it's not local. It's
Mhm.
Amber Lodging. So
Amber
you can,
Lodging. Well,
yeah,
what
you
do
can
they
look.
focus in on?
They're focusing on relocation of people who are moving to the state or city
Nice.
with a company.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a good one right there. You give me some value add. I didn't know that. That's
yes,
amazing.
sir. Yes, sir. So
That's great. And you've had a good run with those guys, or and you like it, or good
I've
experience?
probably made, I would say, well, about 40, 50,000 from them
Wow, that's solid.
over
Business to
over
business.
yeah, over the span of maybe 2 years. So I
Wow.
mean that's good. That's a good pocket to have, you know.
Yeah, that's
I'm
amazing.
look,
I'm just looking at them up right now. Amberlodging.com, right?
hmm
That's awesome. Yeah, and is it the similar way that you would reach out to the insurance company? You're putting your in their database the information, or you're more or less
Well, I don't.
um
I just stumbled across that one.
mhm,
They booked on Airbnb. Airbnb literally um, blocked them after I guess they quote unquote refunded their money, and they said they cannot book anymore. And so I don't know what happened there, but I reached out to the person who was already staying at my home.
mhm.
Like the deal was done, the person was staying at the home. I reached out to him and got the number to Amber Lodging, connected with them, and that's how I got that. Actually, got it started,
Good
and
for
it's been
you.
a great relationship since then.
Yeah. That's The relationship is the number one thing I can focus on, and it seems like you're already well ahead of the game. I mean, that's really what it's all about. If you foster that one good relationship that opens up that door, you can have, X amount of business. I look at it as customer lifetime value, right?
Yeah,
Of them being able to bring on more and more clients. So that's amazing. Good for you.
and that's what really piqued my interest with you is that you formulated those relationships with like a liaison within that company, whether
Hmm.
it's insurance or what have you. And so that's what I want to learn because I know I've got a little bit of a base
Yeah.
this experience, but I want to expand it because I have so many properties, but I'm not getting enough rentals.
What I
Like
would,
this month I'm coming out of pocket for all of my rentals. I'm doing the
mm,
arbitrage model and I'm coming out of pocket and I don't like doing that. You know, it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
often, but the last 2 months where it's been slow months, I've
yep.
had to literally go into the bank account and draw money
Yeah.
to cover everything, and that hurts.
So do this. One of the things that you've been playing around with this good chat GPT tool?
I heard you talk about it, and I have
Yeah.
not.
Well, I would do the following. You already got a good name, right? So obviously, do the standard, right? Make sure all your properties on Zillow Rental Manager.
Oh,
That's a big one, right? Because a lot of these relocation companies are gonna go on Zillow, to find you. That's I think people always ask me, what about the MLS? I'm like, go to Zillow. It's the same thing. MLS feeds Zillow. Zillow Rental Manager. Put all your properties there. Put all your properties in ALE Solutions, right? Uh, you
and what you
familiar with
call it?
ALE Solutions?
ALE.
Solutions. Yep. So that's ALE stands for Additional Living Expense Solutions.com. Start with those two right there. And enter all your properties. There's no harm in enter all your properties on there. Go on Furnished Finder as well. It sounds like I think you're already familiar with Furnished Finder,
Just
but
one. Do you recommend I pay them to help me book, like help me with my there?
no, here's what I would do. I would take one unit mix of each. So if you got a 1-1, put the 1-1 on there. Put a 2, put one of the 2s on there. Put one of the 3s, because anytime someone reaches out, it's a representation of the kind of property that you have.
Got
And
you.
you know what I mean? Don't pay the
Absolutely.
150 for each. Do it for one. That way when they reach out, be like, this one's not available, but that one is.
Yes.
Yeah. Run that
Only
play.
thing I find difficult for me per se
Mhm.
is that Furnish Finder is doesn't have an app. It's more of an email base.
Yeah, and that's so fine. That's fine because then you can book direct. And what we do is we use Stripe, so you can do an invoice. So Stripe is the what we use to invoice them. Because you're right, Furnish Finder is not an OTA. The other ones are OTAs,
Right.
online travel agent. But yeah, Furnish Finder is good for that because look, if we can go direct, especially with corporate, and you just send me a wire, I'm okay with that too, as long as you get a lease in place if it's more than 30 days. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So as far as the long term, you write up a lease, which I do have short term rental leases. which that will still kind of be short term versus a year or so,
Mhm.
which would be more long term. But do you when they wire you the money, are you doing it through, like I think I have Square through my business. Do you have a different form to be able to take money?
Yeah,
Uh,
Stripe. I like
oh, right.
Stripe. Good. Yeah, Stripe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It goes direct.
I do Stripe, or I do, yeah, you can connect Stripe to your bank account, or I do directly my ACH instructions, because there's no 3% fee there, and that can add up. So I like the ACH route with corporate.
And that's directly to your bank, correct?
Direct to a bank account. You just give the ACH forms. They want a W-9, you'll fill that out for them. But yeah.
Okay.
Listen, Parker, our time's up. I
I
gotta, it's been real though. It's been great.
yes.
Listen,
Appreciate
I'll send you, make sure you grab my blueprint. It's on my website. Experimentrealestate.com/. You'll find the blueprint on there, the MTR insurance blueprint, and make sure you get on my list, because I share a lot of stuff on there. But I hope you got some value today, and I'll share with you
Absolutely.
some other stuff if you need to. But it was a pleasure to hop in the 15-minute.
Yes,
Three
yes.
questions or less under 15 minutes. I'm glad I was able to at least catch 10 minutes.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. I appreciate you follow up and everything, and let's do it. I'll be in
Let's get more
touch.
deals. Let's serve families, and let's make money while we're doing it. All right.
Let's do it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Take care, Parker.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.